Steve Irwin's coming out at some point after Genshin 5.5. Let's talk about him. Look at this handsome man, huh? I love this fit. Little cowboy action. Little American Midwest looking. Little battle scar. What's that from? We got a little glimpse into who Aoife is. And I'm pretty hyped. I think he looks dope. And we're going to speculate a little bit. We're going to think about what he does, maybe. We're going to see what kind of weapon he might have. We're going to see his role. We're going to talk about his vision. So let's see what we're working with here. Aoife will be occupying this silhouette right here. And his design is actually very accurate to what we're seeing here. He's got the hat. He's got this strap. He's got the feather. Little elbow tassel there. Now, one thing I'm not seeing people talk about much is the fact that he has a gun. He has a pistol in a holster on his hip. So it looks like we're gonna have another gun user in the game, which sort of makes sense because he's from the Flower Feather clan, who Chaska is also part of, and she uses a gun, if you want to call it that. It's really a half gun, half horse, half dragonfly. It's weird. Other gun users in the game are Chevreuse and Clorinde, so it looks like we have our fourth. Now, opposed to Chaska, Aoife actually has it on his design, so I don't think they're going to introduce a new weapon type. It's a little late for that, so he's probably going to have one of the regular weapons. So this is his wiki page, and usually it's pretty in-depth with what the character can do and their story and everything like that, but we don't have too much on this guy. So this is the entire breakdown of who Aoife is. So we're going to go through it. We're going to speculate a little bit. I think there's some hidden little Easter eggs in here. So he's a Saurian veterinarian from the Flower Feather clan. We know that already. He's friends with Ororon and often delivers vegetables to Citlali on his behalf. Delivers. Remember that. When Ororon was avoiding Citlali during his collaboration with Capitano, she asked Aoife to deliver the gem replacement for the talisman that keeps his soul stable. Deliver. Again. This was actually a ploy to copy Ororon's memories onto the old gem, but Aoife, not knowing anything, supposedly, agreed to do the delivery without asking any questions. Okay, so they mention delivery quite a few times. Now, we already have a delivery character, Kirara, who is a legitimate courier, so it looks like we might be getting another one. Now, obviously, he's a veterinarian, so that's his main gig. I think they're going to base his kit around being a vet, but I think they're going to do something with this delivery trope. I don't quite know what yet. Kakuku is his little pet, who also helps him as a veterinarian assistant, I would assume. It has a name card. Look at them. Adorable. Although I'm not too sure how helpful he could be as a clinic, considering he could only say "no way, bro" and "the heck are you on about," and is also half blind. So maybe he's mostly moral support. Now, obviously, we don't know for sure, but is he going to be a 4-star character or a 5-star character? I'm pretty sure he's going to be a 5-star character. And I think a lot of people would be very disappointed if he was a 4-star character. For one major reason, and that is this. This is the current distribution of male and female characters in the game, and people have been definitely talking about Natlan being pretty scarce in the male department. And with the release of Veressa and Iansan, and now Aoife, that would come out to 8 female to 3 male. So some are looking forward to this. If he ends up being a 4-star, that means that Kinich will be the only 5-star male character in all of Natlan, which might be pretty strange. But if you look at the rest of this chart, Natlan has gotten the most talk about this topic, but Leeway is far more disparaging than Natlan. Now it's 15 ladies and 5 dudes. And Sumeru is the closest, with 8 ladies, 6 dudes. So I'm not really sure why Natlan has been the talk of this topic for so long, but maybe it's because it's just so new. Now, since it's looking like he's going to be a 5-star character, that probably means that he's going to have some sort of weird travel mechanic. And being from the Flower Feather clan, looking like a cowboy, and before talking about deliveries so much, I think that's where it's going to come to fruition. I think he's going to maybe use Kakuku in some way. Doubtful. He looks pretty puny. Doesn't look like he can hold a full-grown adult, but maybe Kakuku transforms. Although, again, navigating through the sky, half blind, and with what seems like a busted leg probably isn't the best idea. But it's likely the travel style will mimic the Saurian from the Flower Feather clan, the Kukasaurus. In what way? I don't know. I'm excited to see it though. I think it's gonna be cool. Anyway, let's think about what he could do. So he's a veterinarian, right? So the typical roles are DPS, sub-DPS, or a support. Veterinarians aren't really known for doing damage. You go to them when someone's done damage to you. So I think we're looking at a healer here. But during the live stream, there was a little sneak peek at this vision here. So if he is going to be a healer, he's going to be an Anemo healer. Now, if you look at all the Anemo characters, we already have 3 Anemo healers here. We have Sayu, we have Shen Yun, and we have Jean. And Shen Yun's coming out next patch. Now, here's the thing. We only have 1 polearm character, and that's Xiao. We also only have 1 Claymore character with Sayu, but I can't really see him being a Claymore character. He just doesn't have that vibe. To be fair, Sayu doesn't have that vibe either, but I don't think a Claymore would fit him too well. We already have 6 Catalyst Anemo characters, so that would be kinda nuts if they gave us another. We have 3 on bow and 2 on sword. So we're low on the Claymore and the polearm. So that's my bet. I think he's going to be a polearm character. So is healing the only thing he's going to do? I don't think so. Just because the Natlan characters have been so complex thus far, I can't see him just being a regular old healer. Even though we know that vets heal things, we do have to consider that he's a Natlan character, so there's going to be some sort of Nightsoul mechanic involved with his kit. And considering all the new characters like Larissa and Iansen are introducing some pretty unique Nightsoul mechanic stuff, I think he's going to do the same. And honestly, what else do vets do? They heal, they comfort, they restore. What if he restores Nightsoul? What if he allows Natlan characters to perform their Nightsoul things longer? Who knows? Maybe he has his own Nightsoul meter and the other Natlan characters can feed from it to restore their own. That would be tight. That would honestly be super cool. And it would be a pretty unique way to use his Nightsoul in a way that hasn't been used yet. So we'll see. I figure we can check out our all-reliable Wikipedia page about who Ifa is in history. Ifa, or Fa, is a divination system originating from Yorubaland in West Africa. It originates within the traditional religion of the Yoruba people, although is also practiced by followers of West African Vodun, and in African diasporic religions like Cuban Santeria. But basically, it's some sort of divinity practiced by the Yoruba people in West Africa, and a bit in Cuba. Now, I read through this, and let me tell you, there's nothing. I can't find anything that would really indicate anything about this character. I don't think it's based off of this at all. But I did read that it has to do with sacrifices. And there's a few different objects they use for the sacrifices, such as a divining chain, which is just a bunch of nuts stringed together, or Opa Osun, which is a metal staff 4 to 5 feet tall. Hey, what else is a metal staff about 4 to 5 feet tall? Maybe all of these. So maybe he's a staff character who uses a gun? Although that wouldn't be very original because that's Chevreuse. Anyway, there's nothing else here. So that was kind of a wasted hour. Tell me if you're excited about Ifa. I know I am. He looks pretty dang cool. Let me know if you're going to get him. And I will see you for the next. Ciao.